Hey doing, folks? We are back once again. This time, The Wild Beyond returns. Episode 6. Not sure how many episodes this is going to go. I think Kyle has it at about a dozen or so, but who knows? It might go longer. Maybe shorter if all goes bad for the heroes. Who's to say? But here we are once again. It's episode 6, another Sunday night of some Pathfinder gaming madness. Kyle's running the game tonight, of course. This is his own campaign of his own device. It's all set within the same timeline as the Abomination Vaults, actually. All on the Starstone Isle in Golarion. And it's interesting how Kyle's kind of blending some of that stuff over here in this campaign. Belcora. How big is her presence in this campaign? We're going to find out. We've got Dizzy with us tonight. We're going to have Eric joining us. Very shortly, he should pop in. So we'll be looking for him to join. And also, Jesse is also with us, who's playing Kravius, the Magus. And yeah, so we're going to have about 4 players tonight, which is good. And yeah, that's where we're at. I'm going to leave this up to Kyle now to take over and run things. Kyle, go for it. Reins are yours, my friend.
Thank you. And welcome aboard, everybody. I'm Kyle, as probably you guys will know me better as Arthurian. I play the Dwarven Fighter in the Abomination Vaults. Been having a lot of fun with that, so I decided I'd make my own little spin-off mini-campaign called The Wild Beyond. And yeah, that's where we're at tonight. I promise you a lot of mayhem, a lot of good RP stuff coming down, a lot of good decisions that have to be made, and we'll see how the party makes those decisions when we get there. But first and foremost, we're gonna have, like Fred said, about 4 players with us tonight. A stellar cast, good friends. Consider them all my family. We're going to start that off with Fritz. Go ahead and tell me who you're playing tonight and what are your expectations?
Well, it's been a while since we played. Scalanis is great. I haven't played much as a player, but out of the characters I have played recently as a player, this guy I really love. He's an elven rogue, and I was never really into rogues. Until Scalanis. I didn't think I'd play one. And I'm loving the background of this guy. He's a forlorn elf, so he's a bit distant. And especially from non-elves, you know, he sees humans as these short-lived creatures akin to, like, pet dogs and cats. Because they don't live long. You know, don't get attached. That kind of thing. He's very standoffish towards the others, but he does have a reason for being here, which we haven't really gotten into. But he does have his reasons for being with this motley crew of individuals. Of particular interest is Victoria. Victoria, of course, is the other elf fae in the group, and the only one. And he's fascinated by Victoria because she seems to live the opposite way he would do things. She's very much about helping everybody, humans included, especially. And he saw evidence of that early on in this campaign. And it kind of struck him like, why? Why do you bother? So he's kind of curious, if anything, about that, because she's an elf. What's going on here? And in a way, he kind of feels like, wow, you're not really an elf after all, are you? You've been tainted, perhaps. Maybe. Who knows? But it does interest him. But he puts up with the others as best he can. If I recall, we've been delving into this dungeon, trying to find some secrets and solve a mystery about this cult, this organized organization, something to do with a cult. But we're here underground in these caves. We're looking through these, obviously a place linked to this cult. We fought some cultists. They were sacrificing somebody. I mean, what's going on here? So, I'm not sure what he expects to find here. But he is curious, as ever. And right now he's not near death, but pretty badly injured at the moment. So his first concern is to get himself healed back up and then look to the others in that order. He is chaotic neutral. But yeah. So that's what I expect from tonight. Can't wait to play, Kyle. And I'm GM Fritz.
Absolutely, absolutely. Skellanus is a very interesting character. He's sort of the odd man out that I sort of have to wean in with a carrot on a stick.
You do.
And of course, I'll be also playing Braun, the mysterious captain of the Northern Army faction, who has solicited this group with coin and pay. Is helping where he can. He's doing a bang up job. He's doing everything he can. And then we have our little druid herself. Oh, the campaign of evil druids. We only have one good druid. Des, go ahead and introduce your character, what you expect from tonight's episode, and what we can see from your character coming forward as we dive further into the Tomb of the Fallen.
Well, I play the elemental elf druid Victoria. She joined the group. She has been developing a rather unique relationship, as she doesn't see humans as you basically just brush off the shoulder. She's developed a organic relationship with them. She wants to see them thrive and see them grow. And to do that, she has taken on a role as an entertainer to see if she can draw the good out in people, as she is lawfully good. And running across this group, she doesn't really know how to fully take on how everybody is, especially Skellanus, as he seems a complete 180 from other elves that she has dealt with. So tonight's session is gonna be probably helping her to open her eyes more of what the group can do and what there's more hidden underneath the surface than she's seen.
Absolutely, and part of those interests and connections, you have developed sort of your own sort of personal connection with a member of the group, who shall not be named. I'll leave that for everybody to figure out when it's due time. As far as the rest of the people, we'll sort of let them introduce themselves when they get here. Sound good, Des?
Fine by me.
Sound good, Fritz? Right. I'd like to begin our little episode with a bit of a history lesson. For indeed, there is much to be said. Though it's not as storied as the campaign in Abomination Vaults, it does take place within the Isle of Kortos. About 60 years ago, a group of druids sought to find their own peace and prosperity, and they were hermits of nature, staunch defenders, until something happened, something changed. Vile necromantic magic began to fester and seep into their order, until there was nothing left of what we would now call a druid circle. What was left was a bunch of necromantic, corrupt druids had banded together and went on an utter rampage across the northern valleys and towns and cities of the Isle of Kortos. They seemed unstoppable, their magic unbeatable, almost conquering the entire northern section of Kortos before turning its gaze south, as far south as Otari itself. But hope was not all lost, for the survivors banded together. They forged a mighty war host. The Northern Army was on the march, and before long, it had victory in the field. Victory after victory, but the cost was great. Tens of thousands fell, civilians and soldiers alike. None were spared in the onslaught, for the fate of the island, fate of the homes and civilians hung in the balance. Climaxing with the long siege of the dread fort of the twisted citadel, the Order of the Conquerors was thought to be defeated. The Northern Army presumed victory. Garrisons were built, walls were manned, patrols were not maintained, discipline broke down over the years. However, the order was not defeated, was not destroyed. Not in its entirety. During that long period of peace, about 40 years, they built their numbers, reforged, and unleashed themselves once again upon the northern sections of Kortos. The Northern Army, once formidable, a foe to them, they were brushing them aside in droves. For the army had been much depleted. The once veteran soldiers had been replaced with raw recruits eager to serve well their ancestral name. Much of the Northern Army's holdings, fell to ruin and were quickly captured, save but a few bastions in the northern reaches, where the army still held numerical advantage. It is at that point when a band of adventurers contracted from Otari, sent north to partake in a large lucrative lumber deal. That was quickly discovered to not be the case. They were ambushed on the road. Foul creatures were actually taken the rogue Scalanas prisoner. The rest of the party set out after him. I found a goblin that had been augmented. Grotesque thing. Metal and magic infused its body. They quickly defeated it. The group was split off, cast on their own devices. After a while, they came to an outpost and refuge of a small farmstead, where they met an unlikely ally. A man, tall and broad, strong, broad. A veteran soldier in his own right, but a mysterious one. He took them to the citadel where they could hopefully find some answers. They did not. They found a map. After they had defeated an assault on the citadel itself, they found a map with a cave and a point One point was Otari. The next point was a cave system, about a mile west of the city. The party marshaled up and went to the tomb of the fallen. Upon arrival, as Fritz said earlier, they stopped a band of cultists from sacrificing a defenseless civilian. Then proceeded into the lower levels, where they found even more information. Things were not as it seems within this tomb. May not even be a tomb at all. Upon exiting a corridor, the group, much to their dismay, saw a sarcophagus, the lids moving. The undead rose. The once valiant heroes now rose to stop the party. The fighting was ferocious, brutal. But the party managed to prevail. It's at that point where we're going to pick up tonight's episode in the aftermath of a vicious assault. And speaking of which, we now have Jezrin with us. So Jezrin, go right on ahead and introduce your character, what you expect from tonight, and tell us who you're playing.
Hello everyone, I'm Eric. I'm playing Jezrin the Ranger. What I'm expecting tonight is what I always get. A good time playing Pathfinder 2e. And maybe this time I might actually hit something with my bow. Stay tuned.
Absolutely fantastic. You've been playing with my roles for the last several weeks. Not a fun time. But yes. That is where we're going to pick up. Welcome aboard, Jezrin. Just did a little history lesson. Brief everybody, keep everybody up to speed on stuff.
And we do have Jesse joining us tonight too, Eric.
Yes, we do.
And I just realized that I was logged in as GM Fritz, so I just had to log out and back in, so bear with me, folks.
Oh my, oh my.
Yeah, I was in there as GM. What's going on here? Okay,
But yes, we're going to pick up a little bit of Theater of the Mind because whenever we updated Foundry, it broke some of the maps. So, bear with me. You stand, some of you stand, below at the end of a set of steps. Within this long corridor, stone effigies and sarcophagus line the walls. Very high ceilings, probably 20 feet at their top. It's remarkably in good shape, only bits and pieces of rubble surround you. Marble flooring, very ornate tombs. It is there where you pick yourself up, panting, after the heat of battle. Cravius is not moving. The rest of the party seems to be a bit worse for wear. Victoria as well took a nasty blow at the top of an alcove, with a door leading further down. At that point, what do you do?
You said we're all lined up in a corridor, or we're in a...
While the battle took place in the corridor, there was a set of steps that I believe you and Victoria ran up.
Mm.
So,
Yeah, to the south, there was this, if I recall correctly, there was one, maybe two sets of steps, and they both went up into this platform, an upper stairwell, but you couldn't see the whole area. There was this wall that was in the middle of these steps that blocked view into this chamber, if you will. And I believe I went up there a couple times during the battle, but Victoria did as well, and she was hiding in the shadows close to the steps. And I remember healing her at one stage. I'm not sure. It's all foggy in my brain at the moment. I am badly injured currently. And I guess we've gathered in this corridor below the steps now. We're all gathered together here, you said? Okay.
the steps are about 10 feet down to the corridor below, And it's a pretty wide vault.
And the battle just ended?
Yes.
Victoria, how are you feeling now? Are you injured? Are you bad? I turned to Victoria.
Victoria would be definitely looking worse for wear, as she took quite a heavy hit during the battle. She looked to Scalatus, looking a little as if somebody had taken her and thrown her around the room like a rag doll. Just badly injured. I'll be alright.
I would take out my healer's kit, but I think I already did that, so I think we'll skip that. What do you think, Kyle?
I think you used it on Kravitz.
I think we all did our healing when we concluded the last session. So
Yeah, because you stabilized Kravius.
Yeah, he's
Jezrin
unconscious.
Jezrin has the continual recovery feat though, so she can, after a 10-minute wait, she can try to heal Victoria.
Okay.
Indeed. Yep. And what are you doing after this intensive fight, Jezrin? You look around, you see Kravius still laying there motionless. Braun standing defiant. Victoria and Scalanis appear to be pretty badly injured.
I'll tend to Victoria first.
Okay. D4, almost a critical success.
Almost a crit. Oh well. Victoria gets 5 HP back. And what about Kravius?
Kravius is unconscious at the moment, but stable.
Okay. All right, so I'll try to heal him.
So Victoria would have gotten 5 points of health back?
Yes.
That's right.
Okay.
Good enough.
So 8 for Kravius. And what about you, Scalanis? I'm gonna try to heal Scalanis if he lets me.
Yeah, if he lets you. I don't know, he's kind of... Alright, go for it. Jezrin steps forward to heal me. I kind of pull back for a second. I do not need any healing from your hands. But before I have a chance to even pull away fully, he's already bandaging and applying herbs. And probably some spices, too.
Yep.
Yeah, she's definitely gonna make you smell better. You've been kind of wandering around a tomb full of must and decay for quite a while.
I appreciate.
8 for Scalanis, sorry.
I appreciate that, Jezrin. Thank you.
Well, we'll need to be in more tip-top shape if we're going to continue, especially Kravius.
So what
It doesn't look good.
So what did that take? It still takes 10 minutes to do that, right?
Oh yeah, so that was 30 minutes right there.
It's about a half an hour. Okay.
Yeah. But are we in a rush?
You are not. As far as you can tell, there's nothing around you but silence.
Now, I think Scalanis would be a little bit put off by how long it's taking, just because we're sitting here in the dark where we were just attacked. We should at least get away into the shadows and hide and do this bit of healing. So, while he's doing this, probably the first 20 minutes or so, I'm in the shadows and skulking away. So, and then he would heal me and reveal my position, of course. So, I was going to say make a stealth check, but we'll save that for the next 10 minutes.
Well, Jezrin would be healing up Scalanas Victoria be keeping her eye on around the surroundings just to make sure they don't do anything or nothing comes at them.
Very good. Go ahead and give me a perception check. Blind, please. You see nothing of note. Pretty sure at this point you can't even see the wall. Oh, speak of the devil, Cravius himself has arrived. Go on ahead, Jess, and introduce yourself and your character you playing tonight. You just got healed for 8 points of health.
Gotta change your token too, Jesse. I'll change your name in Discord.
Hey guys, this is Jesse. I play Cravius the Magus, the spell slinger, with my sword. I'm gonna cut things apart tonight. Let's
Awesome.
go.
Possibly. Fantastic. Glad to have you aboard, Jess.
Thank you.
Yes, as I was just saying, the battle has concluded. Everything seems to have quieted down. You're now in this alcove and big corridor. All seems relatively quiet. You flash open from being down and unconscious. You roll over and sit up, standing up. You look around, you see Victoria. She's off, looking down low. She's trying to find something, it would seem. You see Jezrin pulling Scalanas out of the shadows and bandaging the rogue as best she can. You see Harakachu and Braun sort of pulling security, standing defiantly as the remains of the skeletons lays around you motionless.
Looks like I need some healing, guys.
You
What
just
happened to me? I
you were
can't
ju-
remember.
when we were attacked, you were nearly killed. One of us stabilized you and saved your life.
After looking around, Victoria would remember that she has her back, and she would start digging through it until she found a potion of lesser healing, and she would offer it to Cravius. And she'd go, I just remembered I had these.
Well, that's useful. Braun pipes up.
And so she would hand one over to Cravius, and looking through her bag again, she would find another one. She would hand it to Scalanas as well.
You got more than one?
She has a total of 3.
Wow. Well, thank you. I could use this. I appreciate this. An elven blend, perhaps. What is it, a D8?
I think it is, but I could be wrong.
You can put it in the chat. Jesse, do you have your token? You got to change your token. You're still Sheppy.
Yeah, give me a second.
Okay. Cravius the Goblin.
If the shoe fits, wear it.
There it
2d8
is.
plus 5 back. Scalanas.
Hey, Kyle, do you have my bird token?
I do.
It's not necessary now, but I just want to make sure because I noticed it's missing. In case we need it.
F- 15?
Yep. So you get back 15.
Nice. Ah, much better. And I'll start playing with my blades, making sure they're all there, cleaning them.
Yeah, blind perception, Fritz.
Blind? Okay.
Okay.
That was for my healing.
9 points.
Yeah, Krabius would get back 9 as he guzzles the potion. Braun pipes up. We have to stay alert. We're going to continue this pursuit.
Victoria would look hesitant before she pops the last one. She downs it.
Meanwhile, Scalanus, as you dip back into the shadows, checking over your gear, everything is exactly where you left it. However, you feel something on your shoulder. Do you look and see what it is?
Probably not hard to notice it.
But do you want us to take a look and see what it is, or?
Yeah, I instinctively turn quickly.
You see, perched on your shoulder, this small, little 8-legged creature.
Ah!
And
Phobia.
it stares you right in the eye. And it begins to speak to you within your mind.
What does it say?
Follow the corridors. Stay away from the light. You hear that voice echo in your head.
And this is sitting on my shoulder?
Yes.
After hearing that, I'll immediately jolt back, brush the thing, whatever, this spider off the shoulder. I have my dagger drawn. What is this? What strange spider speaks?
Are you saying that so everyone can hear you?
Yes.
Victoria immediately whips her head around and she looks right at Scalanus.
What is this? Have I seen this spider before?
You have indeed.
I have. Okay.
You have indeed. It was the exact same spider that Victoria had nuzzled
And did it?
some time before.
Do I know that it speaks? Is this the first time I heard it before?
Well, she claimed that it spoke, but you never heard it.
Alright.
Thought it was kind of off-putting and that she was kind of cray-cray because she was talking to a spider that didn't speak back, or at least you couldn't hear it speak back until now.
Explain, Victoria. What is this? It spoke to us. It spoke to me. It spoke of keeping out of the light. Did it say keep out of the light or keep in the light?
Keep out of the light.
Keep out of the light. What is this? What magic?
Victoria would make her way over. Now, after he moved about frantically, would the spider have been thrown from him, or?
I just kind of, as you would do, you just instinctively brush it off your shoulder. It might be a couple feet away from me.
He gave it the Roger Federer backhand.
Yeah, I slammed it.
You can make a perception check, blind, to see if the spider is still present.
Okay.
As you come running over, you hear a faint squish between your feet. No, I'm joking. Teasing.
Be back.
You look around and you see something scuttling up underneath a crack in a corner. Not even sure what it is. There is no spider present.
Now, in her memory, would she recall ever running across a creature such as that?
You can attempt a recall knowledge, arcana, or nature, if you so wish.
I'll do nature.
Alright, make that blind for me. Would you like to use a hero point?
I would indeed.
Go ahead and give me another one. Alright, Jezrin, as you gently pull him down and you begin to wrap him, he sort of coos at you, content. Or caws at you contently, whatever hawks do. Search your mind, Victoria. You've wandered the woods all your life. You sense nothing. You've never seen a creature like this before.
Victoria would look on her frustration, seeing where she thought the creature might have gone. Then she looks at Skalanis and goes, I don't remember ever running across a creature like that before. I've never seen one, never heard one. Either they've eluded us, or possibly legends that have slipped through the cracks. No pun intended.
We must be wary. Now, is the creature still within sight, or did you say it scurried away, disappeared?
It scurried away.
Okay. We must be cautious then. We don't know what other dark creatures and menaces dwell here. All I know is it spoke to me. Strange. And I'm going to look to the closest shadows within sight and disappear out of the light of the others. If it means going up those steps, I'll do so. I'll make...
Yeah, you're gonna have to go up the steps.
Alright, can I make my stealth roll?
You may indeed.
Okay. Blind.
Noted. You have vanished.
I have slinked out of sight. Watch
Very
yourself,
well.
Victoria.
Meanwhile, Braun approaches Jezrin and Kravius as Jezrin heals her hawk. Is everyone else all right? Are we fit to proceed?
Jezrin pipes up. I still don't like how Kravius is looking.
Yeah,
We should spend more time.
Still pretty bad.
Did anyone use medicine on him to get rid of the wounded? Condition?
I believe Jezrin used medicine, and then Victoria
treat
gave...
wounds.
Yeah, he did. She did treat wounds, and then Victoria gave him a lesser potion of health.
Well, the potion won't do anything.
So yeah, so you can remove your wounded condition.
You gotta have medicine check to get rid of wounded. Treat wounds.
Like specifically to get rid of wounded, right?
Yeah.
That is indeed correct. Hearing your assessment, Braun kind of furrows his brows and looks to you, Jezrin. Very well, Lieutenant. Take more time. Get him back up. Meantime, Skalanis, I know you're skirking about in the shadows, but you scout the route ahead. Don't vanish too far. But take a look. Down that corridor, the way that we were going. As you would look, Skalanis, you would see about 30 feet in front of you this particular wide corridor turns sharply to the right, around a natural entrance.
Okay. I'll whisper that
I'm
back.
not sure, actually, you need a special check for the wounded condition.
Yeah, it says
First aid is
the
when they
wound,
have the dying condition.
the wounded condition ends if someone restores hit points to you with treat wounds, or
Okay,
if
so
you're
I did do
restored.
treat wounds.
Yeah,
So,
it says
so yeah,
this is
if
wounded condition.
as long
Yeah,
as
it was part. It was part of the treat wounds.
yeah, as long as he got hit points back.
Of course
Yeah.
it did.
Okay. No, he did.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna try and give him more.
You gonna spend another 10 minutes giving it to him again?
Yep. Well, I mean, he's gonna die otherwise. Of course, I'm not doing a great job.
Get out of the way, you fool! We waste time for nothing.
Galanis, what are you doing
All right,
as
so
you wait?
I'm hovering here, watching this all transpire, but I'm keeping an eye down this corridor, keeping to the shadows if possible. And I'll whisper back, whoever's behind me. I believe that would be. Is Hera with us?
Yes.
Right.
She's off,
Okay.
sort of watching the rear while Braun's in front.
All right. To Bron, I would say, yes, the corridor goes forward and some distance and then turns to the right. It is dark. I don't like this. We will have to be cautious.
Yes. We don't know what other tricks these cultists have up their sleeve. We must bring an end to it.
And then I'll slip off down the corridor. How far is it?
It's about 30 feet until you get to the turn.
You wait here and I shall look. I'll have my daggers out, one in each hand, and I'm going to go down towards that 30-foot end of the corridor. And what do I see? What do I sense? Anything?
Are you peeking around the corner?
I will do so.
All right. You see an archway made of stone and brick. No door. And beyond it is about a 10-foot landing. And then a set of steps, white marble steps, descending down. Goes about what you could gauge about 30 feet. The sides of this descending staircase seem to be well adorned with facades and effigies of glorious deeds and acts of kindness. You see up near the upper step as you peer into it, you see an image of an elf holding a baby. Seems to be some sort of act of kindness bestowed.
How far away are these effigies and carvings? Are they-
They're encased in the wall. The staircase is about 10 feet wide. You're about 10 feet from it.
I'm going to slowly move up to the wall and get a close look at these. Do I recognize any of the images? Do they have any significance to me? Perhaps a society check? Or,
Well, I have one very important question
yes.
before we get there. Do you touch the effigy?
Not at first, no. Depends if I
Not at first,
recognize
but you
them.
do.
Depends if I recognize them as something from a religion or a society or something. If I recognize it, I might reach up and touch it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a religion check.
I'm not good at that.
You know exactly who this woman is.
Yes, and I will reach up.
Woman from your past. She rescued you once upon a time.
It's someone I know.
And as you touch the effigy, you hear a loud slam of thunder in your head. The room goes white. Your eyes shut. And you see a vast horror. You see a city in flames. A city in ruin. Looking around, you see the same woman from the effigy, trying to pull you away as you lay there on the ground. Several blades sticking out of your body. The woman quite old now. You look to your left and to your right. You see a very ghastly sight. You see Harakachu and Braun valiantly trying to hold the gate. You see Crabius underneath a pile of rubble, been knocked unconscious. You see Jezrin slinging arrows and magic, fighting a desperate fight to save a group of injured civilians. Suddenly your gaze snaps back to this woman pulling you through this bloody chaos of a battlefield. She gently pats you on the top of the head. And then your eyes suddenly snap open, and you're left standing there touching this mural of sorts.
These images on the wall, they're not replicating what I saw.
No.
It's just this image is someone I know.
Just that exact image caused some sort of vision.
Yeah. Something in the future, or was it something more about what happened in the past, like recently at that town?
You couldn't tell, but judging by the looks, it had to be something in the future.
It wasn't Serana?
Maybe not.
I'll shake that off. What is this place? I'll say to myself. It's full of magics I don't understand. I'll turn back whence I came and look up the corridor to see if anyone is following me. Braun and them. If not, I'll head back and reveal to them what I saw on the wall, but I won't tell them of the vision. I will say, what is this place, Braun? It is full of magic, strange things, images speaking to me, spiders that crawl and speak. What is his place? You seem to know more than I.
All I know is it's a tomb of fallen heroes. Collected
Heroes.
over an age. Why this order would have anything to do with a tomb of lost heroes that probably fought against them, I don't know. I've never explored these depths.
Well, Scalanis is talking to Braun and the rest of the group. Hearing what Scalanis was saying, she would make her way down to where Scalanis was, and she'd start looking around.
Oh boy.
Are you going back down where I was? I'm back. I'm back with Braun. You going back down alone?
He's back with the group, but basically Victoria, she's moving the 30 feet down this corridor and taking a look at this effigy, right?
Correct.
All right, I'll follow behind when she does that. Come.
Braun will as well, sort of giving leave for the others. Come on, Jezrin, Gravius, move your feet. We are moving. Or Rocketju's just back there sort of going, every now and then. Disapproves.
Who's Harakachu?
Hera.
Oh, that's her full name.
Pikachu!
Yeah, I know. What's going on here? Getting silly here. I rack at you.
Jezrin and Kravius, do you guys follow?
Yes, of course.
Yep, right behind.
Come.
Is there any other information that you're going to reveal to them, Skalanas, about what you've seen?
I think Scalanus would keep that to himself. For now. Although I would point out, look, on the walls, images. Do you recognize them? Victoria. Jesrin, look.
After Scalance would point out the images, Victoria would immediately start looking around and see if she can find what you would call murals on the wall. Some sort of, maybe a movement of perhaps memories written in stone.
I'll take a look at them too. Can I use my undead lore to discern it?
I think it was religion and I don't know if you let me do society. Religion? Is that undead lore? You there, Kyle?
Sorry about that. Had to look something up.
Okay, take your time.
I used religion.
Legend will work. Alright, so we're going to do this in order. So Jess gave me a roll first. As you look at this carving, once again, the stairs are 10 feet wide, about 30 feet down, descending. You see a figure that you recognize. Do you reach out and touch the effigy?
I run my fingers along the effigy.
As you do, a loud crack of thunder echoes in your mind. The room spins and turns white. Your eyes shut. You collapse to the ground. And you see it. Yours is quite different from Scalanas'. You see yourself not stuffed up underneath the rubble, unconscious and bleeding. You're in a fit of rage. An uncontrollable, unshakable rage. Your eyes are purple. Your skin pale, frail, black veins running up and down your arms. Swinging that... What's your weapon?
Halberd.
Swinging that halberd. Striking down. Not the enemy, but friends. You have been corrupted. Beyond all reason, a servant of the enemy now. As you bury the halberd into Scalanas' chest, the ultimate betrayal now fully revealed. He grabs your boots, and you feel a hand on your shoulder. Warm, nurturing. The hand of a mentor, perhaps. You get some clarity in that moment. You look around, you see Victoria casting spells in your direction. Braun and Hera valiantly trying to hold the gate. You see Jezrin just now noticing what you have become. Turn her gaze towards you and her arrows. as you have batted down her little hawk with a vicious blow.
You're cruel.
It is at that point you snap awake on the floor. These stairs. Gasping for air. Utterly shocked. Right at Skolonis's feet. What do you do, Krabius?
Skolonis, if you ever see me with purple skin and black veins, run. I had a terrible, terrible dream when I touched that thing.
You did.
Don't like it. Just heed my words.
I shall do so. For I too had a vision when I touched the walls. But mine was not so dark as yours, perhaps. But I believe you.
Hera, in that confident walk, she struts up to the effigy and places her hand. Ah, you guys are being wimps, and she slams her hand onto the effigy. She lets out a blood-curdling scream and collapses. After a few moments, she awakens and begins to cry. Jezrin,
Justin's wondering why everyone keeps touching this.
you see an effigy further down the staircase, about 5 feet down. It looks immediately familiar to you. Something you have not seen in many, many years. Do you touch the effigy?
Having noticed what happened to everybody else, she doesn't actually. Unless you're telling me she feels compelled to.
Hey, I'm not saying anything. It's your character, your choice. Go ahead and give me a religion skill check. Blind.
Got it. Blind?
Yes. However, touching it for you does not mean you are spared its fate. As you look, merely looking at this figure that you have not seen in many, many years, you hear a loud flap of thunder. The room spins and turns white, your eyes shut. Whereas the other three were visions of war and death, destruction, chaos. Yours is quite pleasant. You're sitting on a beach.
Seriously?
Fishing. It's warm, it's tranquil. It's calm. There's no war here. No wanton destruction. Your hawk flying all around, plucking more fish out of the lake than you are. Do you look over any of your shoulders, Jezra?
Sure, I look behind me.
As you do, you see total carnage. A city destroyed. Hundreds of thousands fallen, bodies litter the field. Soldiers, foul creatures, undead. You look down at yourself, you're absolutely filthy. You're covered in muck, blood, and filth. But you survived this fight. You look back up toward the calm, peaceful, tranquil waters, and something reaches out of the water, grabbing you tightly by your ankles, jerking you into the water, threatening to consume you. It's at that point that you wake up, back in this corridor with your companions around you. Shaken, utterly horrified, but okay. What do you do?
So I look around and I ask the others, what is this place trying to tell us?
When I was looking over these murals and stuff, you said they're all like images of heroes?
Correct.
Is there any symbols of religious type symbols that I can identify? Was there anything holy or unholy symbolically displayed along these walls or in this room? Do I get a sense that it's some deity at play here?
You do sense magic, but you don't sense inherently evil.
But nothing religious.
Nothing outside of the norm. Victoria, it's down to you. You've watched everybody else succumb just by looking at this mirror thing. What are you gonna do?
Watching as everybody touch the effigy, each one having their own different vision, dropping to the ground. Victoria is going to slowly make her way over to the effigy, and as she is doing that, she's calling on the elements to try and see if she can amp up her magic, see if she can draw something more out of perhaps an image she might see, and then she's going to touch the effigy herself.
Oh, no. Okay. Go ahead and give me a blind religion check. Fritz, what's the one thing you do when you have a cursed magic item? If you don't put it on.
Do you want this roll blind?
Blind.
Okay. And you said Arcana?
Religion.
Okay.
And you can all see this as Victoria amps up her magic. She walks over and she places a lightning-charged hand on the effigy. Once again, Victoria, you hear a loud crack of thunder. The room's spinning out of control. Suddenly a bright white light. You shut your eyes. And what you see, you wish that you'd never seen again. Mass battle unfolding. Crabius has just killed Scalanus. Braun and Hera are not doing so well at the front. Jezrin is out of arrows. The hawk's been plucked. But you see a figure. This one different. Off to your left by a breach in the wall. Do you approach this figure?
She does.
Oh boy. And what do? This figure seems to have its back to you and it's cloaked. Or how do you approach it, I should say?
She's attempting to try and approach from behind in a stealthy approach to see if she can try and recognize any kind of symbols, any kind of fabric, anything that would stick out in her memory. Like recall knowledge.
But you can recall knowledge. If you like.
Okay.
Occultism. This figure is clad in the black, vile robes of necromancy. A symbol you have seen before, embroidered across the back. The symbol of Nimbaloth.
Now there's your religion right there. Do I see this symbol?
We're in Dizzy's vision.
Oh. Sorry.
You're good. What do you do, Diz, once you've seen this symbol?
Snap out of it.
Victoria would immediately backpedal, her eyes just absolutely in a mix of shock, fear, disgust. And as she's stumbling backwards, she's going to take herself a deep breath and then just let out this blood-curdling scream to see if she can try and shake herself up and wake up.
You cannot. Matter of fact, as you turn to move, your feet are rooted in place. You can't move them. Nothing appears to have them bound, but you can't move them. You scream as loud as you can, but no sound comes out. As this figure slowly turns, looking you in the eyes. It's simple. Elf. Skin white. Decay. Eyes glazed over. It smiles at you. Teeth black and rotten. Jagged. Sharp. As it fully turns now facing you. What do you do?
Yeah, she hasn't been able to wake herself from the dream. She's preparing to face this thing head on. And in hopes if she gets injured, she's gonna wake up.
Do I notice that she's particularly just standing there? A little bit
You
longer
notice she's
than...
been there a lot longer than what the others were.
All right, well, I'd immediately grab hold of her shoulder and pull her away from that effigy or whatever. Just force her
She's
away from it.
amplified right now, aren't you, Diz?
She is.
What is that?
Lightning damage.
Basically, she called on every element that she knows, and she's amped her power up.
Oh, in that case, I won't be so quick to grab. I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's basically encased in lightning right now.
So I imagine we all see this then. This is a big deal. Okay.
Begins to speak at you, Victoria. You will be my vessel. For my return to Belcora's side. The mistress is waiting. It's at that point where you suddenly snap awake. back in the corridor of steps descending down. Your friends and companions right there beside you.
As she wakes up and she sees everybody around her, she just immediately starts backpedaling away from the group. Her eyes are just wide with absolute terror. Just her entire body language is just speaking of pure fear.
So Jessamine draws an arrow, but is just trying to look for, is there an invisible enemy? Is there something like that? Like what happened to her?
Give me a perception check. There is no enemy that you can see or sense around you.
Scalanus is onto this whole thing of touching the murals and people having strange effects coming from such. And I see her back away. And is she still with the energy glowing and crackling? Is that over with?
Her power would have died down, but she still has just terror in her eyes, and her body is just speaking of fear, as if she's afraid to be near the group.
Oh, this magic. Victoria. And I'll rush towards her, but I won't touch her. But I'll say, what happened? What did you see? Cravius, you know magic. Come over here and look.
Let's see if I can delve into my tomes of Arcana and see if I can discern anything. Check.
Okay.
I don't know what you could do. Detect magic?
Maybe I can understand the magics that are controlling our minds.
I don't know. If you had detect magic, you could kind of sense the presence somewhere, but I don't know what's good that's going to do. There's obviously something going on here.
You sense magic all around you, Kravius.
Yep.
That part is not new to you. However, when you approach this mural, something changes. Magic becomes more amplified here. Like a big catalyst, almost, that draws more power. There's significantly more power in this stairwell than there has been the entire trip in the tomb so far.
Perhaps this is a conduit of power. We need to get out of here.
Yes. Are there any exits besides the one
Yeah.
we came in? Where are they?
Yes, if you keep going down about 30 feet, you can see a wide open archway that leads outside, or that leads out of this staircase.
Gotcha. So we're just basically in a big corridor here.
Yep, a big staircase.
You said it's 10 foot wide?
Yep, 10 foot wide, 30 feet long.
All right, I say we get out of this corridor immediately. I will scout ahead towards that exit ahead, the archway, and I'll do so. My dagger's out. I'm gonna jostle down there real quick to the end there and peer through the portal.
I'm going to change my exploration activity to continuously cast shield myself.
Alrighty. you guys all to a map. You guys should have access.
Okay, I see us on there. Where did we come from?
Came from the left.
Is this outside? I
Map
see it.
itself is, but not for RP purposes.
Okay.
It was the cool rain effect.
Yeah, it is.
The magical rain effect here, guys.
Is that on purpose? You could turn that off, It's wet out here. Where am I on this map? So I see a big broken bridge. Looks like a river. Underground river, I guess?
As you set foot down here, Scalanos, you see the tomb open up into an underground foyer, some 50 feet across. The tranquil waters all but gone, lost to history. Flat, dry pit remains. Dilapidated bridge stands, well, dilapidated. Its pieces all strewn about. As you look to the right and left, you see a storeroom off to your left. You look to your right, you see hedgerows and more ornate tomb placards, long grown over by the foliage about.
Foliage. Like underground funguses and stuff?
They looked like they were once flowers that were supposed to decorate grave sites, but they've since grown wild and overgrown. It's mostly just underground shrubs now.
Is there sunlight coming down here?
I look
Matter
up.
of fact, yes, there is.
Ah.
I forgot to mention that. In the center of the ceiling stands a 10-foot ring opened, letting down some ambient natural light into this cave. I don't know how the hell I completely forgot to mention that. I'm so sorry, guys.
No problem.
Looks like some kind of underground ruins. You said there was look like grave sites?
Yes, all over toward your right, and all the bushes. And
There isn't like boats sitting in the dry.
there's an underground exit that way. And you
Okay.
can see an old, gnarly wrought iron gate off way to the south.
I also see a boat, but that's not there.
Yeah, boat's not there.
Okay. If the others are coming behind me, I can see them. I'll move ahead. Again, keeping in shadows as much as possible, towards as close and safely as I can get towards where this bridge has fallen in. I don't want to risk falling through, but you know.
You can go and move yourself where you'd like. Yep. Hold the boat there, sonny boy. Hold the boat. You get to that spot there.
That was about 5 feet, Kyle. You said move anywhere. All right.
When you reach that spot, you hear a click underneath your boot. And something pressing down. As you look, you see the bridge begin to... Something swing out from under the bridge that connects to the other side. It's not a trap. It appears appears to be some sort of activation device to extend a bridge that had been repaired. To bridge the gap, quite literally.
Ah. So does this bridge become intact once I step on this plate?
As soon as you step on this button, this bridge, and you can all see this bridge becomes back together and quite sturdy.
Perhaps a high-level reparation spell has repaired the bridge. Be careful.
And I'll continue. I'll careful after hearing this click underfoot and seeing this happen. I'll keep my foot there until it completes. And I think I'll lightly and carefully take my foot from the pressure plate. Does the bridge remain intact when I do so?
As you pull your foot from the pressure plate, the bridge begins to crack and crumble once more, back into the dilapidated state.
All right,
that
push it
once
back down again. I'll push it back down again. I'll grab a giant rock within reach and I'll put it on the... It's obvious what this is. Can I roll one of those big rocks on there and put it on the plate?
You can indeed. Give me a strength, athletics check to
Are
see
you
if you
kidding
can move
me?
a boulder over there.
Boy, I didn't mean a big giant one. Okay. Okay.
Are y'all ready for this?
Mm-hmm. I'm a strong elf. Ah. What happens?
As you move the boulder, something underneath begins to wriggle.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Kravius, Jezrin, Victoria, you look to your right. You hear what sounds like rock breaking. Suddenly stepping into view, you see these guys. Does anybody like to do anything else?
I don't see anything. Where are they?
Look
Maybe-
a bit to the south.
Look to south.
You probably can't see it from where he is.
All I
Yeah,
see
you
is
probably can't see because it's blocked.
I see purple walls. Is that what I'm?
Yeah, you can't see it. You're out of line of sight.
Okay. Oh, I see the guy next to me. Oh. Okay. Hello. A very familiar token.
It should. It really should look very familiar, Fritz. It really
What
should
it-
look.
Did I just dig up a grave? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. I know what that is.
It's a headbanger.
Yeah.
I knew rock and roll music was bad for you.
Is there any other last minute actions anyone would like to take? Move, run, hide, flee.
I will recall knowledge on the one that's next to Scalatus.
Okay.
I'm busy moving a rock.
I take it is undead.
It is undead.
Can I use my lore skill?
He'll tell you what to use. He'll tell you what to use.
All right.
If you look at the monster sheet, Kyle, you'll see at the top there's already given values and what skills apply to identifying them. It'll tell you at the top.
Yep.
Along with the DCs. You would just tell him what his options are for skills to use, and he'll pick one.
So in this case, roll me some religion. Well, on the bright side, Fritz, at least you successfully moved the boulder.
Yeah, I freed him. You could breathe
You have
once
no
again.
idea what this is, Grabius. You have no idea. Know that it looks like an undead soldier, but that's about it.
Alright.
So I effectively uncovered a body. Is
Correct.
that okay? So this is like a grave.
Correct. Those random encounter tables are coming in mighty handy, Fritz.
Okay.
Anybody else like to do any last-minute actions?
Victoria's gonna move about 5 feet forward.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Jezra, what are you doing for your last-minute actions?
You know what? I'm gonna, because we were taking too much time before, I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
So that should be.
Oh, focus spell.
We're 4th level, so it's heightened +1, so
Third.
2d10 + 8.
I think we're 3rd level.
Yep, 3rd level.
Okay.
Very good.
Alright, so back at full.
Rosina.
Okay, that's it.
Right, and with that being said, I'd like everybody to roll initiative. Oh boy. I love how it says kind-hearted right there, like in the item description, like it says kind-hearted. I love that. Just to be honest, that is an abysmal perception. Would you like to use a hero point to reroll?
No.
All right, is everybody ready?
I was surprised by this one. I got a rock in my hand, for crying out loud.
Better say your prayers, lads and ladies. Here we go.
Yep.
One that was unearthed goes first. It's gonna spend an action to stand up. And now that it's standing up, you can all see the once regal, very ornate, sentimental armor now lies hanging in ribbons in a poor state of disrepair. its skin black, oily, its eyes glowing a bright, vibrant purple, wielding a two-handed sword. It's going to attempt to bring the blade down on Scalanus. Oh, that's a hit. Ignore the giblet bits in the chat.
I gotta refresh my page. I can't see my sheet.
You are stricken for 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Can you put that on my character? -10.
Yeah, I got you.
I know my armor
This
class is
blade
20.
sinks deep into your side. It pierces your armor, splitting into your rib cage. It looks nasty. The wound is absolutely horrific to watch.
Ah! Cuts through my flesh. With this big blade, right?
Yeah, long
Yeah.
sword.
Yep, I know what that is.
It then
Me.
places a hand on your forehead. I need you to roll a will save. It rips the blade free.
I'm going to use my hero point on that.
Thank God.
Will, right?
Yes.
22.
Woo, thank you, Jesus.
Seren Ray be praised.
As this creature rips the blade out, you can hear it. Destroy your friend. But you being the not friendless elf, very quick, very hesitant to make friends, you shake it off. And what is your rebuttal to this creature?
Never, you dark fiend.
Beautiful.
Never.
It then attempts to pummel strike you with the back of the blade, slamming the pommel of the longsword into your diaphragm.
Ugh.
27 to hit.
20 armor class. What do I take?
Gonna take 5 points of bludgeoning damage. This creature turns and looks about to the rest of the party. The bright, glowing purple eye. Try saying that 3 times fast when you're sloshed. The bright, glowing purple eyes piercing all of your bodies. We're gonna go to his companion. Oh, Victoria. As you stand there looking at what just happened, you see Scalanus take a heavy pounding. You're completely caught off guard as another one runs up and attempts to bury a blade into you.
Oof.
Wow.
Baby.
Oof.
Why is it always whenever I'm on this side of the screen, I have damn good rolls, but whenever I'm sitting on the player's side, my rolls are 50-50. That's what's your armor class?
That's a crit.
Doesn't matter.
What's your
That-
armor class?
It's 18. That's still a crit.
That is a double critical.
Hmm.
Critical on the die and critical on the 20. We're going to take 28 points of slashing damage.
Wow.
And, in addition, there's no will save for you. It critically hit. It places a hand upon your forehead. Slay your friends. Your eyes flicker purple for a moment, and you have to obey the command. It then turns and tries to pluck Qatar out of the air. What is the little birdie's armor class?
18.
Missed. Thank gracious for the birdie. That is done. Victoria, it is your turn. Or should I say my turn? For you were given a command. Let's see what kind of spells you got.
I'm so sorry.
Oh boy. He's going to cast Hydraulic Push, aimed at Scalanus. Just go ahead and make that attack roll.
Of course.
Fritz, what is your armor class?
20.
Go on ahead, Diz.
I'm so sorry.
She says that as the spell goes off.
So
Take 14 points.
what just happened there? She got commanded?
Yep.
For one action.
Correct.
That's a 2-action spell.
Custom spell we're dealing with here, Fritz.
Oh, come on.
Fritz, I'm so sorry.
And you're
No, but,
Well,
no,
that's
but
great.
seriously, is it a 2-action spell?
Yes.
She only gets one action. But we'll go with it. We'll go with it. You're the GM. So, what happens to me now? 14 points of damage, hydraulic
You're
push,
knocked back 5 feet.
and 14 points of damage.
Right.
All right. Ah! Whoosh! Victoria! I still got the rock in my hand. It's all right.
Well, the knock is rocked out. Yeah, the rock is knocked out of your hand.
Okay.
As you look back to Victoria, her eyes return to a normal color. Now, Victoria, you know what you just did here. You know what happened. You have one action left, Missy. What are you going to do with it?
Come on, Dizzy.
Oh God.
Come on, Dizzy. We had this discussion.
Oh, and just for the for those curious, I did some tweaking to this, which basically means that it can command this person to cast a spell, but it loses one of its traits as well.
It's okay.
How many actions does she have?
One.
All of my spells cast need 2 or 3 actions. I can't do anything.
Run away.
Cantrips?
The cantrips are 2 actions each.
Wow.
At least take a 5-foot step out of there because you're near death. So then that'll let Kravius or Herod or even the boss man step in there.
She'll take a step back.
As you do so, what would normally provoke an opportunity attack from this creature, it lets you move freely back.
So the reason I suggested a 5-foot step because it doesn't normally provoke.
Yep.
Okay.
There's a hint there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Who's next?
You have Fravius. You've just seen your friends Scalanus and Victoria get utterly maimed. You've seen Victoria turn on Scalanus. You always kind of thought that maybe he deserved it, kind of in a roundabout way. You're up. What would you like to do?
Alright, I am going to cast Electric Arc on the one in front of me.
Alrighty. And you're using regular spell, right? Not spell strike.
Yeah, just a regular cantrip.
Gotcha.
And this will also target these
One.
two guys. Or is it just one?
It's one or two within range.
Alright, so this guy and this guy.
Okay, so I need basic reflexes.
DC 18.
Wow.
That's not exactly right. Wait a minute. Something didn't upload right here. There we go. Both fail. Go ahead and roll damage.
First one. 9 points of electricity. Do I roll damage separately for each one, or is that just what they both take?
I
So I
believe
think it's
Fritz,
one
that's
roll.
what they both take.
It's one roll.
And for my last action, here.
Gonna move there. Okay. Anything else you'd like to do?
That's it.
Next up, we've got Braun. Why didn't it do that? Sorry guys, I'm just now realizing some stuff didn't. Whenever we did the update, some stuff must not have came all the way through.
If you need help, Kyle, let me know. I'll log in as GM.
Nah, I got it. I just had to search for it. Alright. You all see around Braun this white mist begin to form. The symbol of a banner begin to form behind him as he raises his sword high to the heavens and lets out a mighty cry. You all feel invigorated. And rightfully so. He's just popped the banner of might. So, what that's going to do for you guys is gives everybody +1 damage.
Nice.
For how long?
He's going to step in front of Victoria.
How long does that last?
I last for 1 round unless I cast it again. Basically till the start of my next turn.
inspiring banner. Foolish Bron. That says foolish.
Yeah, I don't know why it says foolish, but that's gonna be it for him.
I hate the guy. He's useless.
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 Just pulled your bacon out the frying pan.
Yeah, whatever.
However, Jesrin, things are not looking so good for you. As you see Braun wade in, the ethereal banner. Very inspiring. You see something coming darting up out of the shadows. New creature has entered the fold.
We stepped into a haunted graveyard.
Cool picture.
What is that, like a dog?
Yes. Standing on all fours, its skin as equally black and oily as these two creatures you are fighting now. But as it opens its maw, you see not fire, but ice. The bite of death. As it's going to try to pluck your bird right out of the air. What is...
It's a miss. 18.
Now, before we go any further, if you right-click your token, in this case, if you right-click your eagle or hawk or whatever that is, on the left side, at the very top, there is a 0. If you want to fly a certain distance up, you can record it in that little box. Like, say the hawk flies
cool.
up 20 feet. You could record it there.
Okay.
That's
good
what
to
that's for. So put like something like 5 feet or something, since it's really not, it's being attacked. It's not really up there yet, but that's how that works. A little elevation for your token.
8.
Hey, we all learned something new. Not even I knew about that. But it's going to take a 5-foot step toward you, Jesser, and it's going to attempt to bite you. 18.
Is a miss.
Not good enough. All right. Jesserin, you're up. I'm going to move Hera up here because she's not even involved in that. It's utter chaos, Jesserin.
Yeah.
You see Skalanos being attacked by his own, and one of these death rites. You've heard Braun and his banners coming to the rescue as he wades in across this creature. And this hound is remarkably intent on getting your bird for lunch. And Krabius has just ran to the stairs.
Okay, Jezrin is going to take a 5-foot step back.
We're all ready.
I am going to... I'm going to declare that dog my prey.
Oh boy, here we go.
Haunted prey.
It's 2 actions.
Let me get my rule book.
And then I'm going to hunted shot.
Go right ahead, make that attack roll, girlfriend.
So it's 2. But I combine damage for damage distances.
Yep.
So, this one.
Hit. Hit again. 7 points.
So 8. 6 and 2.
Okay.
All right, that's 3 actions in the turn.
What's your hunter's edge?
Looks like
Pardon
that
me?
hurt it.
What's your hunter's edge? Fury? Precision?
Flurry.
Flurry?
Flurry.
Flurry.
That's why my multiple attack penalty is only 3 less instead of 5.
That's pretty nifty, though. Yeah, as you pull back and you sort of move to protect Hera, who's still shooken from touching the wall and the effigy. You fire off 2 rapid fire shots. Both of them strike true in the death hound. Galanis, you've been beaten. You've been hacked. You've been attempted to manipulate, and you've been smacked with water. What would you like to do?
I guess am I prone? I don't.
No,
Okay.
that's only on a critical success.
Well, I got nothing in my hands. Let me double check. I think.
I think
Yeah,
he
quick
has
draw.
daggers out.
Yeah, I got quick
Yeah,
draw.
quick draw.
I do. I just want to double check and make sure I got my rapier. I'm gonna use my quick draw, and I'm gonna rapidly draw and attack it once with my rapier. So as I draw it, I'm attacking with quick draw. So that's one action.
Alrighty.
This is magical.
That is a hit. And roll normal damage.
Seven piercing. I don't know if I want to rush across this bridge. Did it? Now it crumbled, right? It went back to. I didn't actually set the rock on the plate.
Well, the rock fell on it as Victoria's hydraulic push slammed into you. The bridge is starting to form.
Thank
It's
you,
not
Kyle.
formed yet.
Thank you, Kyle. Well, I can't get across the bridge.
I've saved your bacon there. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. That's 8 points of damage because of the banner.
Oh yeah, that's right. +1 damage or +1 to hit?
+1 damage.
Oh, then that means an extra 2 damage on the dog.
Yep.
Yeah. Does Foundry have something that we can give a +1 damage status bonus?
I had one made, and then things went weird, so just
Okay.
bear with me.
All right, so we'll just remember.
When you click to roll something, by default, there's a little window that's supposed to open, and it allows you, among other things, it allows you to apply modifiers that might apply that aren't built into
okay.
it. But I don't know if that pops up for you. By default, it pops up. I always disable it because it's a pain in the butt. I don't remember how you get it back. Rachel would probably remember. Mine is off. Yours might be off. It pops
Okay,
up.
good to know.
It pops up whenever you roll a dice. I just mentally do the modifier in my head if I can remember. Now, is this bridge? Is that? Can I hop over that wall? I don't even know how far it drops off. Or is that
Only
like a?
drops down about 5 feet, but you could bridge the gap, so to speak, if you don't want to wait for the bridge to go. Oh,
Could I
down
hop
up
over
there.
it to here? What would
That'd be
happen?
about, that'd be about a 5-foot fall there. About 7, really. But you could absolutely hop up over. Just give me an acrobatics check.
I'm gonna go here instead.
Surprisingly, as you move, this creature lets you. When
I'll stop.
otherwise, normally it would have packed you to bits.
I shall attack and say while she interacts to draw a weapon, then strike with the weapon. Okay. Wait a minute. You interact to draw a weapon, then strike with that weapon. You draw your weapon and attack with the same motion, so it's part of the attack action to draw.
Correct.
So you have one more action.
Well, I took one action to attack using quick draw. Boom. Second action was to move. My third action is going to use quick draw. Quick draw again, unless it has flourish. I don't think it does. Let me look real quick. Let me put it in the chat, actually. Doesn't say it has flourish.
No, just ranger and rogue.
So I'll draw my dagger, one of my daggers, and I'll attack with it as my last action. That'll be a second attack.
Alrighty. The dagger goes sailing off into the distance. You can't even see where it's gone, but you do hear a faint ting as it hits something. It is a miss.
Okay.
Anything
done.
else you'd like to do?
That's it. I'm done.
Now we come back over to Kind-Hearted. He's such a kind, gentle figure. Seeing that the party is now moved over here in such a beautiful line, he's going to press it. Let's see here. Swinging that long sword, Krabby, as you see it come slamming down towards you. Are you quick enough to get out of the way? I don't believe you are, my brother.
Nope, that hits. It is a critical.
There's a critical hit. You are going to take 28 points of slashing damage
I'm down.
as this creature lays into you ferociously.
Oh, I do have shield. Gives me. Yeah, it's still critical.
1, so that's not a crit. Your armor class is 21, so that's not a crit.
He used the shield to shield block, no?
Well, the shield would give him +1 armor class, so his armor class would be 22. So,
No, but he can use the reaction to absorb some of the damage, no?
Mhm.
Yes. Yes, he can.
Yeah.
But normal damage is just 10.
And I will block it. So, what does that do? Let me put it in the chat.
Deducts from the damage, and then what's left is split between the shield, but in your case, it's destroyed because it's a spell.
Hardness of 5.
And what's
5. So.
and what's left goes on you.
Yeah, so you only take 5 damage then.
Alright.
But your shield is completely shattered.
Does anyone remember what I was at?
It's 21.
21?
You still up?
Yes.
16. Yep, I'm still. Thank God for that shield.
And then it's going to turn its attack toward you, Scalatus.
Oh, come on.
Brave that wants to run.
Leave me alone. Oh.
24.
Yep, it hits.
We're going to take 15 points of slashing damage.
Okay. Down to 13.
And then it's going to attempt to headbutt you. 17.
No. I definitely nimbly dodge out of the way, and he hits his head off the concrete.
So it hits its head off the staircase, huh?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll me a d4. It takes 2 points of damage by headbutting the stone.
There you go. You are welcome.
He kind of deftly pushed his head into it.
Yeah, I guided him.
Bam!
Guided him into the stone.
However, we're not out of the woods yet, as there is another one. Let's see here.
That's the philosophical one.
Yeah. He's more refined than the kind-hearted guy. Kravis, give me a number between 1 and 6.
He thinks too
6.
much.
Jezrin, give me a number between 1 and 6.
3.
Sorry, it is. I'm gonna take a 5-foot step
Wow.
and continue the assault. $23 to hit.
Does Brahm have attack of opportunity?
Yeah, but he only took a 5-foot step, so that negates it.
Oh, okay.
Diz,
wait.
you are hit. You are stricken for 10 points of slashing damage.
Wow. Can't get around
She
him.
is out. You just see her drop and hit the ground, and blood just starts to pool out from underneath her.
And then it's going to try to lay into Scalanus as well.
Oh, nope.
Saved by the bell. I'm just gonna try one more on Braun. Which actually hits.
Good.
Now, refresh me if I'm wrong. She goes into automatically dying 2, is her dying 1?
Was not a critical hit.
Okay.
So it's just dying 1. Now, Miss Victoria, would you like to hand me that hero point, or would you like to make a death save?
Unfortunately, I don't have any hero points, so I'm gonna have to do a death save.
Roll me a d20. You need 11 or greater.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Before she makes this, move her in the initiative to just above philosophical. So she won't. Her turn isn't next. So she doesn't make this save. So we have time to save her. She's right before philosophical. There. Next would be Kravius. I always forget that.
Let me know
Alright,
when.
Krabby.
Alrighty. He is going to cast. Wait, what was that?
Don't worry about that right now, Diz. I'll have you re-roll it here in a minute.
Alright. He's going to cast True Strike,
Oh boy.
and then he's going to use a Spell Strike with Gouging Claw. I just have to hit with my glaive,
Right.
and then with the Gouging Claw will take into account. But the True Strike lets me roll twice and take the best of 2 rolls.
Yeah. Go ahead, Bubba. Go ahead.
Bear with me.
You're
First time
fine. It's
doing
all a learning process here. It's okay.
I
I'd
will.
like to hear a point that.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
Oh, wait a minute. I get to roll 2 dice.
Oh,
That was my 2 dice. Now
Reroll.
I'll use the hero point.
Yeah, reroll it. Wow.
Now, do you re-roll with the true strike? Do you have to make both rolls again?
Yeah, he rerolls it.
Yeah, I guess I would, but I just rolled a 20. I'll take that.
We'll take the 22.
All right.
22
So-
is a hit. Go ahead and roll with your.
Well, it was a natural 20. So it's a crit. So it does persistent bleed damage.
Is that first
Isn't it
one?
a total 20?
That's
Yeah,
a total there.
it's
Oh,
total
you're
20.
right. You're right. Never mind.
Yeah,
It'll-
because it highlights it when you crit, succeed, or
Yep.
fail.
There's the damage for the spell. And here's the halberd damage. So a total of 19 points.
It looks badly hurt as you slam a claw into this thing, then swing around and catch it with a halberd. It looks kind of starting to wobble a little bit. But it's nowhere near giving up yet.
That's it. I'm done.
Somebody could be in front of you when you're using that thing, because it's got reach 10 feet.
Yep. Brett, give me a number 1 and 20.
1.
Jezreel it is. Move up and attempt to bite you, Jezreel.
Just a hit.
Just a hit. You're going to take 11 points of piercing damage. In addition, you're going to take 1 point of cold damage. Not
12
persistent.
total.
Yep, 12 total. And the cold damage is not persistent.
Sly. Hellhound.
And it's going to try to do that to you again. And it does. This time, 10 points of total damage. As its claws rake across your chest and neck before it sinks its fangs deeply into your shoulder. You have been stricken.
What does that banner of might do again?
Gives you a +1 damage.
All right, so he took 1 extra.
Yeah, I already
Okay.
got on that. Jezreel, you have been bitten. You have been clawed. Your bird almost became lunch for this thing. What are you going to do about it?
All right. So I am going to do 1 action to give Qatar 2 actions.
Okay.
Qatar is going to do his support benefit, which is this. Strikes that damage a creature my bird threatens also deals 1d4 persistent bleed damage, and the target is dazzled. So that's... And then Qatar is going to attack with his jaws.
That's pretty cool. By the way, Jesse, your shield is gone. Take that off your token.
Yes, sir!
Wow.
Get it? Get it, Bubby?
Wow.
Get it? See, I told you you'd be able to hit today.
12 points from Qatar.
Plus the 4 persistent with the bleed.
No, that's my strikes do d4 persistent. So it's just 12.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Alright, still up.
Yes.
My second action is to take a 5-foot step to here. My last action is to do hunted shot on the dog.
All right.
And this will get the persistent damage?
It'll get persistent if I hit it. Not
Mhm.
It's not persistent when Qatar attacks it. It's 14 a hit.
Miss.
Son of a moose. 15.
Would you like to use a hero point?
I think I might. Why not?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but since he's using Hunted Shot, he can re-roll both attack rolls, right? It's like Krabius did with his True Strike.
I don't think so. It's not giving me advantage. It just says make 2 attacks out of 1. Actually, if that's the case, then I would re-roll the first one. Are you alright with that?
Re-roll the 14 there.
Yeah. $17.
Just barely.
All right, that's good enough.
And roll damage.
So
Forward
4.
Yep.
But
and
now
roll a
he's
D4.
also he's also D4 persistent. And
You could drag that on the token. I think it'll automatically. I think it's kind of written different. No, you can't.
if you go up to my support benefit, maybe drag it. Anyway, the dog is also dazzled until it removes the bleed damage.
There's a mod for that persistent damage thing that we like to use in Abomination Vaults, and I guess I don't have it on in this. I'll turn it on for you later, next time. Kyle.
Oh, you're good, Fritz. I got this.
Yeah, but it's nice to have.
Yeah, that persistent damage is absolutely devastating when you get a crit.
Is there anything else that you'd like to do, Jess?
Nope, I think that's enough. Thank you.
Hey, at least you're hitting stuff tonight, Bubby. At least
Well,
you're hitting
Qatar's doing better than our master, but that's fine.
but, hey, at least they're both controlled by you.
That's right.
That's a good start. Skalanis, tell me something new. You've been surrounded on 2 fronts. You see Victoria get hammered into submission. Literally. You've seen Krabius utterly, for lack of a better word, bitch slap one of these things.
That one facing off with Kravius is badly injured.
Correct. They're both badly injured.
Yeah, they are.
It's just that one's worse off.
All right. I've got my rapier out. I'm going to... Now, can I move between them, or do I have to make
You have
a
to tumble through.
tumble through to do so?
Well, since they're in different squares, you're basically bridging the gap. I'll let you move there.
I would rule go ahead and make a tumble through roll, at least against one of them. But that's up to you.
Yeah, but one's against Braun and one's against Krabius, so kind of distracted.
Okay. So
I'll let you take that movement there.
that'll make both of them flat-footed.
Mm-hmm.
So hover your mouse over the one between me and Kravius. Yeah, and hit the F key. Yeah, it works. All right, so we'll call that a 5-foot step then. And I'm going to attack the one with attacking Kravius with my rapier.
Alrighty, go ahead and give it a go.
Oh, I forgot to turn on my sneak damage. Or my... Where the heck is it? It's not showing it. 16.
Not good enough.
Alright, I'm going to stay there and attack again.
Okay.
I usually don't do this. But it's such a good position, I'm going to keep it. And if I hit, this one is going to be against the one squaring off with Brawn. It will do sneak attack damage. $60. Oh, you kidding me?
Yes.
Alright. Oh well. Get them, you fools! As I lash at them with my blade.
As you poke into the armor, you actually make contact. However, that's just the section of armor that was particularly well preserved, and you're unable to punch your way through. As Braun squares up with this foul creature, seeing Victoria go down yet again, kind of upsets him a little bit.
He's not in the initiative tracker, is he?
He's not in there for a reason.
Okay. Mysterious fellow he is. I don't like him. Kyle, I don't like him. I don't trust him.
Oh, you love Braun and you know it. He's going to start with a longsword strike against the one. And he will hit.
No, you...
And then he's going to cast Fear. So basically, Braun just started screaming and yelling at it, and hit it, and it is now frightened one.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna lash back. That's Galanus for trying to poke him in the butt cheek.
Boy, you are picking on me tonight. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
But this one's aimed at Braun because it just screamed a bunch of profanities at this creature. Pretty sure that it made even Galanus blush. It will critically fail. I'd like everybody right now in the chat to pick a number between 1 and 6. Everybody go in the text chat and pick a number.
Even me?
Yep, even you. Fritz, just pick a number.
How do you want us to do this? How do you want to do this? Type it in?
Yeah, just put it in the text chat in game.
I did it on Discord.
Okay.
Let me go over to the actual chat in Foundry. Sorry. There you go.
3. Jezrin has it. What do you think we ought to do for this critical fumble?
Critical fumble deck isn't in play, I don't think. No.
Maybe it gives Skelonis an attack of opportunity.
Well, that's
it's
up to
still bad.
Jezrin now.
Now, what's it from? Being frightened?
Yeah, frightened, and then he critically failed. the
I,
hit.
s- I say he stumbles backwards, drops his sword.
He accidentally stabs his friend.
Oh, he accidentally stabs the friend. Okay.
Or falls on my blade.
And he will
There we
actually
go.
hit his friend.
Ah, yes.
Oh, come on.
That's appropriate, I think.
There you go. Right. But it's still coming at you, Skelonis.
Of course.
It's now going to come at you.
Yes.
16.
Nope. Nope, that's a miss.
Not gonna get it done. Victoria, I'd like you to roll me a death save.
Oh, no.
Oh boy.
Not again. Don't do this to me.
I didn't do nothing. You're the one who rolled the dice.
What are you now? You're dying 1?
Yeah.
So now you're dying 3.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Don't do this to me, Dice. Don't do this to
We're
me.
dying
Ouch.
3.
Well, we gotta do something.
Dice, don't do this to me.
Oh, calm down, Dizzy.
Are you ready for this crappiest?
Nope.
These whites are nasty, man.
Really?
There
Wow.
we go.
Alright.
Hits his friend
We
again.
gotta.
They
Thank
hate
you.
each other, and it's they've hit
Everybody
each other for
put a
thousands
number
of
in the
years,
chat.
and it's all coming out now.
Everybody put a number in the chat.
Where do I put the chat? Or the number? Okay.
In the Foundry. Everybody put
1
a
to
number
6
in
again?
Foundry. 1 to 6, yep. Victoria's got it. What do you want him to do?
I say give Skelonis a window of opportunity.
As in what, an attack or a...
Give Skelonis an attack of opportunity on the creature.
You heard the lady, Skelonis. Roll it up.
Yes, I see my
Ready.
opening. And that's against the one... Which one?
Up top.
Okay. Yes, I will attack with my magical rapier and finish this
Nice.
beast.
That's a hit.
Eight points.
9 points. Don't forget about the banners, ladies and gentlemen.
Forgot. 9 points. Piercing damage.
It's swaying back and forth. It looks all confused all around. It's been attacked by literally everybody, even its own kind. And then it's going to try to smack Krabius once again.
It was
Wow.
almost a 1.
Almost.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a crit.
Not too bad of a crit. 10 points.
That's it for a critical? I don't think it
Yeah, rolled a
multiplied
1.
it.
I don't think it did either, because then it says 1d8.
It's a double, it's 20. That's what you're supposed to do anyway.
Yeah, so Jess just got pounded 20 points.
I'm
You're
down.
dying too, Jesse. And then move him in the initiative to just above this, whatever white that is. Wow.
Let me go to the hellhound.
Wow, we're getting smashed all of a sudden.
Is there a reason Hera's not doing anything?
She's in shadow
Yeah,
mode.
Rachel's not here.
Okay.
If you wanted, Kyle, you can always pull her out if she wants, just to represent something from her, since she is there. If you want, that's up to you. She's twiddling her thumbs. She's remaining in the back.
Yeah, she's still struck up with those effigies.
Yeah. Because she's not here, so.
Alright, this creature. As the bird has plucked out its eye and it's been dazzled, it's yelping quite intently. It's gonna break off. It's gonna break off this engagement. Just run. Yep, critical failed. Oh, and it even
Right.
critically failed the recovery check.
All right. Well, first action, I am going to declare. I'm going to declare the white that is near death my prey.
Alrighty.
All right. Second action is to give Qatar 2 actions. His first will be to fly here. And his second will be to attack the light. $21.
Hit.
Six damage.
Oh, it's
Still up.
hanging by a thread.
Well, he's about to get 2 arrows.
Hit.
Or maybe just one. Four. And second one.
That's also a hit, but unnecessary. Please describe to me how you fell the first creature. Well done.
Qatar came in and distracted it, scratching at it about its head, and then flew past its head so its eye sockets, empty eye sockets, turned toward Jezrin. And Jezrin just whispers, "Well done, Qatar." Launches an arrow, boom, through the eye socket. It crumbles to the ground.
Fantastic.
And
Galanis, what are you doing? You've just seen the ranger turn it on. Kick it up another notch. What are you gonna do?
Well, I don't want to leave my position because I'm flanking these guys. Which one is dead?
The
One
one
of
that
them.
killed me.
Oh, that one? Okay. Wow. Well, first thing I'll do is I'll lash at this thing with my rapier. The one
All right.
between me and Braun. Oh, 20.
Hit.
All right, that is going to do some sneak damage.
Only because of the flat-footed.
Yeah. Doesn't show my toggle for that in my attacks on the HUD for some reason, so I'm going to have to do it manually. I think it's D6.
Yeah, sneak attack's a D6.
I don't know if it goes up with my level. I think it's D6. Let's roll damage.
Points.
10 points.
11 points. Don't
10.
forget the banners.
11 point. Well, wait a minute. Yeah.
Isn't it an extra D6?
Yeah. Now add the +1. So 10 plus 1 is 11, plus 1 is 12. I think.
Yes. As your rapier slings into this creature's back multiple times, you feel it purchase. You're slowly but surely turning it into Swiss cheese.
That was the first attack. It's near death. I'll give it another shot with the rapier. Ugh.
Not good enough.
You got a hero point.
No. That was gone a long while ago. Used quite well, too. I'm going to have to move. I'm not staying here. So that's it. 3 actions. I'm done.
So you've disengaged, in effect.
Doesn't it-
That guy's not flat-footed.
Doesn't have
anymore.
attack of opportunity, right? I haven't seen it do that. I don't think it does. That's my guess.
Oh, it normally would have. Except for it's not. Alright, Braun's gonna do something highly radicalized here. Gonna drop the long sword for free. He's gonna reach down into his belt pouch and he's going to pull out I know it's in here. Healing potion. One action to get it out from the belt pouch, and he's going to try to administer it to Victoria.
And if it does matter, that sneak attack does precision damage. Probably doesn't matter in this case, but I didn't state
Oh,
that.
it actually does.
Does it? So whatever I did with that, it's either nullified or added to. It was 1 point of precision damage plus 1, so 2 points of precision damage. No, sorry, 1 point of precision damage.
Roger that.
Now, with Braun doing this to Victoria, does this count as stabilizing her?
Yeah, because you're getting healing. You'll be at wounded 3
Okay.
instead of dying 3. So go ahead and roll the 1d8.
How'd you get the healing potion, Bron?
Yeah, Braun's got it in his bag, and he's got another one for Kravius as well. I can get to you guys. Boo, you're gonna take 7 points of healing, Diz. Then he's gonna move, take a 5-foot step over here, trying to get to Kravius. That's about all he can do. Victoria, it is your turn. You're flat-footed, prone, and wounded 3. If this thing even so much as farts on you, you dead.
With her being prone, she wouldn't be able to move it, could she?
Yeah, you can stand up.
You could crawl.
Absolutely.
I don't know why you'd want to crawl. You could crawl in the ranger's space and make her flat-footed, but
Victoria is going to roll onto her side, still painfully, and she's going to try and move behind Jezrin.
you crawling?
Crawling. And as she's crawling, you just see this trail of blood from her as she moves.
Is there anything else that you're doing? That was one action.
Let's see here. That's one action. She has 2 left.
Now you'll stand up.
I don't think you can cast spells prone, can you?
Yeah, you could. You just need your hands free. At least one hand free. Got to speak if required. You know, just got to meet the
Yeah, it's doable.
components.
Alright. Then she's going to look at the one right that is in front of Bron, raise her hand towards it, and you would see this lightning begin to crackle and form around her hand as she uses electric arc on it.
Yes. Is that a hellhound within sight and range? 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Looks
No,
like
it's
it.
not.
It's moving away from you, but
Has to be within 30 feet,
In range
though.
of the spell.
Oh, range of the spell. Yeah, no, it's just outside of range. Alright, doesn't matter. Destroy this guy.
flex of 22.
Wait.
Oh,
what?
wait a minute. I was clicked on that for some reason. My bad. Did just as good. Go ahead and roll damage this. He's only going to take half.
Three.
There's barely a whisper to this guy. Travis. I need a recovery check from you, my friend.
What's his dying? Dying 2? He needs a 12 or greater. Oh, no! No!
You're dying 3.
Oh.
Yep. Not looking good, guys.
Welcome
be
to
there in a
Love
second.
Rolls.
I'll be there in a second. I'll be there.
These guys are grievous wounds. Come on,
Go
be,
on us,
be
man.
useful, Bron. Come on.
Ron
Hey.
dropped his weapon.
I hate this guy.
Ooh.
Braun dropped his weapon, but this creature's going to attempt to move towards you, facilitating a 5-foot step.
Oh, come on.
It's intent on adding another elf to its collection. And as you look, Skalanas, as you look at its belt, you see what would remain of hooks around its waist. You would presume from the trophies that it normally collects.
Nope.
19.
Too bad. You missed
What's
me.
not over yet?
You missed.
Now it's over.
The-
Hellhound, I'm pulling out of the area because it's running for its bloody life. Jezrin, we come back to you.
Okay, she looks so. Okay, so Kravius is dying 3.
Yeah.
So she orders Qatar. She spends 1 action to give Qatar 2 actions. So Qatar will fly here and attack the white.
Go right ahead. That is a miss.
Right.
Don't forget it's flat-footed.
It's true that would hit AC 16. I'm sure it's still a miss, but
Yeah, that's still a miss.
okay.
It helps me though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. All right, I'm gonna run to battle medicine, Kravius.
Alright, go ahead and make your move.
Right to here. Oh, why is it
There's
telling me
a
I'm
wall
colliding
there.
with a wall?
Yeah, you
There's
gotta
a
go
wall?
around.
Oh, I have to go around.
Yeah.
Oh, but I can go through
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
space. Yeah.
You can come through me, yeah. And oddly enough, you do not provoke an attack of opportunity.
Oh, stop it. You don't have attack of opportunity.
All right, I'm gonna try and heal you, buddy.
Yours might actually. You tinker with these creatures. I know you do.
Normally they do, but
Do
I
they?
had to give up that for something else.
Did they? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
All right.
You fought him in the abomination vaults.
Mm-hmm.
One killed Marshall.
So 7 points of healing for Kravius, but this does not remove the wounded condition.
So you're wounded 3. If you go down again, it's instant death.
Yep.
Wow.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
Galanas. Put the damn thing out of its misery.
I'm gonna run.
Oh my god.
No, I'm gonna- no, I'm
Don't
gonna-
make my bird be braver than you.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see if we could do this. Alright, the rapier, seeing this creature sway back and forth and almost drop its weapon, I'm gonna cut into it rapidly. Like Zorro. And then some. 25.
Hit.
So I get a
Hit, not crit.
I get a D6 on top of this.
+1.
Wow, I only did 5 points of damage. Alright, here's this. So 5, 11, 12 points of damage. It should be. Unless that bonus is added to both. I don't know if it is or not. I think it's added at the end.
Describe to me, Fritz, in epic detail, how you poke your way to victory.
Oh, I cut into him left and right with slashes and a few pokes and pierces through the eyes. But I also grabbed my dagger from my waist at the same time, and I slip behind it while my rapier is stuck in its chest. I slip behind it, draw my blade, and cut its throat and its head and pull it off its shoulders. And the body just falls to the ground, and then I retrieve my rapier from its chest.
Somebody's got some issues there, that's all I'm gonna say.
I'm sorry.
He's quite upset.
I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you listen to when it's your turn, there's this loud musical ta-ta type of thing that goes off. It sounds like drums.
I have not heard that.
It does actually do that when it's your turn. Unless it's just on my end. Maybe I got it set for me.
It might be.
Oh.
But that is going to conclude our combat for this evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Huzzah!
Everybody go ahead and take 5.
Okay.
We'll come back and finish up.
All right, Kyle.
We shall be right back in about 5 to 10.
All right, folks, we're going to take our little traditional break for about 5 minutes. We'll be right back with the stream and the remainder of this little adventure. So we'll be right back. Fantastic. All right, folks, we are back. Hot pink and all. Beautiful maps. We are going to continue here. This is part 2 of the session. We're not going to go too much longer, but we're going to put a period on this session shortly. Yeah, we're going to pick up where we left off. So, okay, Kyle, back to you.
Right, as you finish off the last of these foul creatures, the room once again calms. The soft echoes off the rocks permeate the area. All remains still once again. But it is not still for the party, as Jezrin is frantically working on Cravius. Victoria, near death. Galanis, not very happy. Braun, rushing over to administer a healing potion. Hera, trying to help Victoria as much as she can. Chaos reigns after battle. So what's everybody doing?
Jasmine will be tending to people's wounds. Do you want to do that, or are we about to haul up for a long rest so it doesn't matter?
That is completely up to you guys.
So Jasmine looks at the rest and says, "We're in terrible shape. We need to find somewhere where we can retreat, tend to our wounded. This one," she looks down at Cravius, "needs immediate attention."
Braun will walk over and give her the last healing potion he's got to administer to
Cravius. When he does, she just whispers harshly in his ear, "What have you gotten us into?"
Braun will whisper back, "I don't know, but I don't like it. Being a mere here for a reason. If they're here, then we have to be here." He will look behind him to Scalanis. "Surely we can find a room somewhere that we can fortify a position."
Yes, I think I saw a few on the way to this chamber of death. I will go back and I will take a quick look. And I'll head back up those steps.
Very well. Take Hera with you. Hera complies. So Crabius, feel free to use the healing potion there. Get it down to gullet.
Okay.
How's, Victoria?
Pretty badly beat up.
Victoria would be laying on her back on the ground, just one arm over her stomach, and just looking like the same as she had before when she got slammed to a wall by the bear.
One hit point.
Yeah, jeez. Oh, I love this game.
So Scalanis, you and Hera are going back to scout a room.
Okay, so I'm not there now.
Real quick, that magic healing takes away my dying condition?
No.
No.
No?
Medicine check
Well,
does.
It doesn't take away your wounded condition. It will get you out of dying.
He got hit points healed. He's not dying anymore.
So he's just wounded 3.
Gotcha.
Braun will walk over and collect his longsword, putting it away, where he would hobble over, try to collect Victoria if he could. He would look around to Victoria, Crabius, and Jezrin. Perhaps we ought to take refuge in that building until Scalanus returns with a proper room.
As long as I have light to study my books, I am fine.
As far as me looking for the room, just from my own memory, you could tell me what I find. But if I go back just before, at the top of the steps, the big room where we fought these undead prior to this, with the double steps going up to that platform, I don't think there were doors up there to close them off. But
No.
further south, around the corner of that room, there was this corridor that went south, and there was all these little rooms along the sides and this bigger room on the end. We never fully checked that end room. I think there was another passageway there with a door. But it seems like that would be an ideal location where we could kind of lock ourselves into either one of those smaller rooms or just that whole wing.
Yeah,
Wherever there's a
that would
door.
work.
Ideally, we want a door. Or at
Yes, there
least...
was a door getting into the resting chambers. So there's a big, thick wooden door that you guys had to open before you got into the sleeping quarters. So that could work ideal.
So we could hang out in that wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would recommend.
That
That would
sounds
be a
good.
good spot. Have a little party in there.
Absolutely. But Braun would attempt to pick up Victoria. Looking back to Jesrin and Kravius. Come on, Lieutenant, let's go.
She falls in line behind him.
Oh, you're the lieutenant.
He would whisper. And how long would you say, Fritz, it would take for you to get up there and make that discovery and come back?
To those rooms?
Yes. And then return to the group. What, about 10 minutes? 5 minutes?
Well, I remember the location, and Scalanus is thinking just of that location to begin with. It's more of just, let's go back and double check it. And so it'll be relatively quick because of that. I'd say about 15 minutes. There and back again, 15 minutes, maybe 20 if I'm being cautious and sneaky.
Okay. And keep in mind that you do have Hera in tow, and she's walking loud and proud.
She is. Noisy as ever.
Did you say Brun whispered something?
Yeah, Braun whispered to Jesrin to help Kravius if he needs it. He's trying to lift up Victoria.
As Brun is lifting up Victoria, he would just hear her mumble vessel.
Are you thirsty? Go.
Her eyes would flutter open, looks up at Braun, and mustering up as much strength as she can, she finally managed to get out. It's looking for a vessel, and I was chosen. And she just goes back unconscious.
It's searching for a vessel, and she was chosen. Braun said it very aloud, where the Scalanus and then Hera had returned by this point. Everybody could hear what Diz just said. And it was subsequently echoed by Braun.
And what was this again about a vessel?
Victoria had said something about it was searching for a vessel. Then she went back unconscious.
Does anybody know what she's talking about?
I don't.
What vessel, what creature would lurk down here in the tomb of fallen heroes? That would need a vessel.
What do you think, Cravius?
Perhaps there's some possession going on. Alcora may be looking for a vessel. Or Nimbaloth, sorry.
Yeah, Nimbaloth is interesting. I would know about Nimbaloth a little bit. It is the deity of decay and death. Not evil, but not good.
This
Cons-
order worships it.
It consumes everything on this world, on this... I was going to say planet. Cravius, you have... What is your wounded condition?
3.
Why is it 3?
Because he was dying too.
Doesn't matter what your dying condition was.
No, I was dying 3.
Were you wounded before that?
No.
Yeah.
What were you
They
wounded?
did
Yeah.
3 wounds.
Were you
When I
wounded?
started the combat, I was already wounded.
What was your wounded value?
I started out at 1.
All right, so you're now wounded 2 then.
Okay.
Doesn't matter what your dying is. You go up by 1. Once you're...
Not used to dying all the time.
Yeah.
Welcome to my life.
Yeah.
Same
Now
with
you know how I felt for the past year on Arthurian.
same with
Revenge.
same with you, Victoria. Make sure your wounded is correct.
So is she wounded too?
If you were wounded before you went dying,
No, she wasn't wounded before dying.
then you're wounded 1 then.
Okay.
Sorry. So yeah, that's Nimbaloth.
Alright.
I don't know. I think Bron would know more about what's going on here than any of us.
Are you offering an interrogation?
I'll slap him around a few times. I don't mind.
What's this sound like, Fritz?
As I interrogate Bron. Speak, you half-human. No, what do you think, Bron? What is on your mind regarding these cults, strange magic? Things speaking from the walls, creatures crawling on our bodies and speaking to us. Keep out of the light. What is happening here in this place of heroes? You have no clue. Or do you? Now, paying very close attention to his response, and I'd like to use him as a perception check.
Okay.
I want to see how honest he... I've done this before, because I don't trust the guy. I really don't. I heard him talking to his father, I believe it was. So I've never trusted him since, but I'm watching him closely.
Brahm sort of furrows his brows. Looks to each member. I'd heard a rumor, a story. Once. Just when you've heard this tale 1,000 times. They had, according to legend, whenever the Northern Army, many years ago, finally got the upper hand and destroyed, or what we thought was destroyed, the Druids. Legend has it that they entombed something here. Don't know what. Nobody does. Jesslyn, you remember the tales. Old stories told by nursemaids and farmers searching for a rise out of young children. No one ever believed it to be true. They did indeed bury something down here. And that is what they are looking for. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
They're looking to raise something, bring something back. A vessel.
He is being completely honest and straightforward with you, Fritz.
We'll have to gather our thoughts and think about our next move. There's much to ponder here. In the meantime, I have found a spot for us to spend the evening and recuperate. It's not far from here. 15 minutes at most. We were just there, in fact. And if everyone's ready, we can head back there. Now, continue our conversation and then make preparations for an evening of sleep in this dark place. So,
Sounds like
Good
a
idea.
plan. Let's be about it. Lead on, Skullonus.
and I'll lead everybody back.
Yeah, it takes about 15 minutes. You guys arrive back at that narrow corridor with the door, and then 6 individual rooms with beds upon them. It's not exactly cozy, kind of eerie feeling. What do you do once you have arrived?
First of all, spike the doors. I'm gonna take 3 or 4 big spikes and hammer them into the floor in front of the door.
Okay.
And then we're gonna set up a watch throughout the 8 hours sleep for how many of us are here? 4 or 5 people, or whatever that comes to. I don't know. And I'll take first watch. You guys can.
Braun will take second.
Jesrin will take last.
We'll say Hera will take third.
All right. And yeah, so we'll make sure we do that first. Eat some of our rations, I think. And what do you think? I think once we recuperate, we'll be all good to go. Now, we're doing this all theater of the mind. Next session, are we going to have a little bit more map? Because I'd like to plan out a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah. 'Cause
The
there's-
next time we play, I will definitely have a better map.
and no pink, please.
All the pink, Fritz. All
Yes.
the pink.
Yeah. Then we could plan out our next where we're going to go. I think we probably want to go back to that bridge. But man, that's a nest of unholy dead creatures. I don't want to go through those whites again. But I don't know where else to go. I don't know if there's any other routes
Yeah,
available.
it's not clear where else there is.
Oh, from what you can see, there's only one path forward.
The bridge?
The bridge.
Yeah, well, in that case, that's where we'll
Unless
probably
you
head.
go exploring some more, which is entirely possible.
Well, if there's other routes to take before the bridge, I say let's check them out first. Might be something in those rooms we need to learn before we go any further near that bridge. That's danger zone as far as I'm concerned. But
Works
ultimately,
for me.
I think we'll head back to that bridge.
Sounds like a plan, and that is where we are going to call tonight's session, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic as always. Feel free to leave a comment down in the comment box if you loved it, hated it, or want your money back. I want everybody to give me their outros. We'll start with Jesrin tonight. Going to give me your outro. What you thought?
So this was a good test of our abilities. It was great exposition at the beginning. There's a real sense of dread the further we go down. I'm liking it. I hope we're all up to the task.
Yeah.
Well, we're about to find out. Diz, how'd you like it?
Once again, I'm back in the clutches of death, nearly facing death itself at level 3. But, I definitely had fun as, unfortunately, Scalana's got the bitter taste of getting one of his people, smacked.
Won't forget that. Won't forget that.
But, this definitely now raises, Victoria's, she's now got a lot more to take into consideration, more to worry about, and this is not going to be good for her. So we'll see in the near future what this means.
Indeed we shall. Fritz, what'd you think?
I enjoyed it.
That's it?
I enjoyed it. I like how we're getting a little bit more into our characters, a little bit more role play. The tactics are starting to organically come out for us as a group early on, really. I love the Ranger. Eric has a way of taking characters I've never seen played in Pathfinder 2 yet. The Ranger. I've seen that one other time. And the Monk, of course. But yeah, it's fun seeing that come around. And challenging encounters. They all seem to be very challenging. But I'm enjoying it. Again, remember, I'm a first-time player. Really. So it's fun to do this and let somebody else have the reins and control the whims of fate, as it were. It's fun. I enjoy it. Yeah. I'm enjoying it, Kyle. Very much so. Keep it up.
Hey, we'll definitely keep working on. There's still a lot more tie-ins and things I would want to do that I'm gonna do. And Jess, if you're there, go ahead and send us out. I don't think he's here.
Nah, he popped out early.
You have to pop out, you know.
Okay. Well then, I have another surprise for you guys.
You do.
You remember how you said that you guys were all level 3?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you magnificent bastard.
You are no longer level 3.
Yes.
You are for now 4th level.
Let's go.
Wow, I get to level up for the first time.
Yes.
Wow.
You get to be on the other side of the fence of the level up train, Fritz.
So that's level
There you go.
level 4.
Feel how good that feels, Fritz. And when you bask in how good that feels, remind yourself
yeah,
you can give that feeling to other people.
Oh, you just got your level 5. Calm down.
Anytime you want.
Yeah.
But yes, you guys are all now 4th level. So feel free to tinker around with it. The next time Fritz has the server up or I'm running, we'll all have to have a sit down and talk about the new character choices that you made.
I'll keep the server up, I think, for a while this week, early anyway, so you guys can do that if you want to do it early.
Absolutely.
Because that'll be interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to see what you guys pick. But with that being said, that's it from me and the GM team here. I politely hand the reins back over to Fritz. Appreciate you letting me borrow them for a little while. Hopefully I wasn't too crazy with them.
Crazy and insane. Folks, that's our episode for tonight, episode 6. We're going to do episode 7 not too far away. Probably not this coming week because Kyle won't be around. So I might run something for us. Eric, if you're available next week, I might run something, a one-shot of some sort for Dizzy, who's also going to be there, right? You're going to be there, Dizzy. Yeah, maybe, perhaps.
We'll see.
There shall be rewards and plenty. And Jesse will see, and possibly a new player that I've been working with, or will be working with. We'll see. We're going to come up with something, I'm sure. And I'll let you guys know. Eric, and so on and so forth, what the plan is as the days go by.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, folks, that's our episode. We're going to be back with something next week. Appreciate you guys chatting and watching. I know I get a few viewers that just consistently come in here and listen and comment and stuff, and I appreciate that. Like, share, subscribe, and all that other good stuff. I got to start doing that more often, right, Dizzy? Yeah. But yeah,
Right.
I appreciate it. And folks, we're going to see you again next time. So, folks, hang in there. It's only going to get better. And that's the truth. I'll see you again soon. Toodaloos.